Brawley, California, Brawley Union High School, Bob Farrell Gymnasium. I'm Will Torres. With me is Billy Brewer, 22 Division III, and there's also a couple of divisions, Brawley Wildcats Wrestling Champs, wanting to make it 23 for tonight. Billy, how are things looking here for tonight?
It's looking great. We're about 35 ahead going in tonight with 9 kids in the finals, out of 14 weight classes, so we're looking good.
So one of the things, Division III is one of those divisions that Brawley's had a really strong hold. When it comes to picking the divisions, Billy, between 1, 2, and 3, and then even 4 on that, they still stay with the old school tradition of population by school. Is that correct?
That's correct, by enrollment, correct.
So, and coming into this CIF finals tonight, how many matches does Brawley have in the finals?
We have 9 out of the 14 weight classes tonight.
So, as it is in wrestling, let's get to the action out there. And commentators tonight will be Ryan Leone and Tony Leone.
Tony Leone with VSN here tonight with my son Ryan. Ryan with 108 pounders are out on the mat already. So Martinez got taken down by the kid from Ramona, Vargas. These two have met a couple of times already, and Martinez has come out on top both times, and it looks like he's having trouble today.
Yeah, so far it looks like there was a wild exchange, and Vargas was able to end on top of the takedown. Trying to get back exposure right now, a leg in. That's almost like a figure 4 position right there.
Well, I would have called a figure 4, but I'm not the ref. He's getting near fall points. Got 2. Got a swipe of 2. Still holding 2.
Martinez needs to build up, move out the bottom. Can't just sit low on this kid.
Yeah, Justin is a slow starter, so let's see what happens when he starts to wrestle here. Goes on his back, and the score is 4-0 in favor of Vargas or Ramona going into the second period.
Ramona choice. Vargas defers, goes over to Martinez. Martinez is going to take neutral. Back on our feet. Hopefully, he can get a takedown here, close the gap a little bit. Shot attempt by Martinez, blocked out by Vargas.
That was a poor attempt on Martinez. It just went to his knees. And not wrestling too well right now.
Nope, Vargas scores another takedown, going up 6-0 here in the second period. Vargas back in that leg right position, looking to get a power half again, try and score some more points.
Martinez doesn't know what to do with those legs. Been a long day, son. I think started my day at 4:30 today. So I apologize if I sound a little dragging.
Vargas
getting near fall.
Yeah, the same turn, that half turn. Only a 1 count though, so no points here. Martinez able to base up again, but he needs to move to get these legs out, score some points.
Justin Martinez going, try to get out the backside. So anyway, 34 seconds left in the third period. 6-0 Vargas from Ramona.
Martinez needs to clear those legs. Can't give up any more back points here in the second period. Vargas holding that 6-0 lead.
For tonight, we're going to start the 108s, and then we're going to jump over to the mat number 1 with the heavyweights. We're going to work our way down from heavies, and then we're going to alternate back to this mat number 2 for the 113-pound weight class.
Second period comes to end. Vargas holding that 6-0 lead heading into the third period. Vargas is going to choose neutral. Martinez got to get going.
Yeah, it's got no bend in his knees. He's straight up, letting it grab the wrist. Oh, to a cradle. He's in a cradle. Martinez gets two takedown. Locking up another cradle.
Going over the top, though, it's just a recipe for disaster there. He's got to really get that leg back and control that position. Can't be pulling over the top in this position.
To adjust, you hear the Sawyer Smith in the corner yelling. He needs to adjust. A minute 25 left in the period. And Vargas is not letting go of that leg, so we go to a stalemate. 119.
Justin's been wrestling really good on top today, so let's hope we can get some turns here.
Let's see. Oh, he's going for a spladle. Vargas
does that smart thing and flattens out. Justin's got to get moving. He can't sit there.
He needs some pressure on top. He needs to turn this to try to turn him to get some back points. Well, he really needs a pin because he's down by 4 with less than a minute now.
Yep. Spiral right here. Martinez trying to break him back down, but he's got to go to turns. Got to be aggressive on trying to turn. Vargas is just going to do what he has to do to ride this one out.
Martinez trying to run a half. Vargas is countering. 36 seconds left.
Might also be time to cut. Just trying on our feet again.
Referee calls stalling on red. .25 seconds left. Going to a head lever. Is he going to pull it?
It's a full Nelson.
That's not a full Nelson. That's legal as long as he has a leg in there. So he blew it too early. Ramona coaching to full Nelson. Martinez Vargas holding tight. Martinez trying to run an inside cradle.
5 seconds.
And the champion from Ramona, Vargas. David Vargas from Ramona, champion, CIF champion, over to Justin Martinez. Now we're going to the 285 weight class over in mat 1.
Wrestling at 287 from Southwest El Centro, Anthony Molina. And from West Hills, Lance Briseño.
The heavyweights 285, Briseño has been a dominant force this year when I've seen him over in tournaments this year. Placed at the LCC, on other tournaments. He comes out there and he's going to draw a forfeit.
Oh, okay, we have a forfeit here. Your champion at heavyweight, Briseño from West Hills High School.
Injury default is the call. So we had no match at 285.
From West Hills, Lance Briseño.
Like I say, Lance is going into the Masters as the #1 heavyweight at D3.
Wrestling at 115 from Santana, Michael Gans. And from Raleigh, Anthony Tamai.
At 115 finals, we have a rematch from earlier this season. Sands out of Santana High School and Anthony Tamai who was a junior at Brawley Union High School. They wrestled in the finals at Mission Hills tournament. Tamai was the victor that night, and I'm going to look to repeat tonight and hopefully go home with the CIF title.
Absolutely. Tamai came in today. He's been sick all week. And he made it this far. Let's see what happens here at this weight class. Michael Gans out of Santana takes a shot, defended by Tamai. Tamai's trying to find the corner.
Really got to move those feet. In a strong position, but he needs to finish this attempt here.
There's another cradle there. Tamai locks up a cradle, walks it over.
That looks like 2 to me.
Yes, it is. The referee's starting to call near fall.
Crowding, he's trying to walk over, get his balance that way. Loses the cradle, but still ends up top, gets 3 near fall points. It's going to be 5-0 for Tamai with about a minute left here in the first period.
Tamai working the wrist 2-on-1, look for a tilt. Gans is trying to counter. Tamai this year placed in a LCC, placed 6th at LCC, played at he placed over in Hopeville this year.
Looks like he's got a chicken wing racked up here, that far wrist, hoping to turn, try and score some more back points.
He goes into a half. Gans defending. Coach is shouting maneuvers from the corner there. 26 seconds left in the first period.
Chicken wing wrist here. Loses the wrist, but keeping the chicken wing. Still looking to turn. 10 seconds left here in the first period.
Yeah, Tamai's on his knees. He's got no pressure going forward. So that, right now there's really no chance to get a near fall.
And that'll do it for the first period. Tamai carrying a 5-0 lead heading into the second.
Right, and the race is close. We'll see, I think going in, Brawley had,
I believe it was 275 to 238 heading into the finals tonight.
Brawley has 9 finalists.
Yeah, and La Costa Canyon, who is in second place with a 238, has 6 finalists. Even a couple head-to-heads.
Who's in third and who's in fourth?
Third place is Mount Carmel with 143.5 points, and rounding out fourth place is West Hills High School with 126 points.
Pretty close all around. Tamai's in on top, crowding, got an anchor.
Still in that crackdown position there. Gans in on that single.
Tamai needs to get his hips back. Minute 13, stalemate is the call. I think officials did well today, didn't they?
I didn't have a lot of quarrels at all today. I thought it was really well. They did their job today, stayed pretty consistent.
Gans with a low single. Tamai covers the hips.
He's able to get his hips back on top in another scramble position.
An ankle.
Gans in the Iranian position is going to come to the crackdown position again. Still no control established here. Anybody's points.
So Gans is still holding on. Tamai's trying to come around the corner on him. He needs to lock up something. He needs to get that leg free. He needs to step behind in the hole, they call it.
Yeah, he can't stay here too long, though. He needs to score. Gans doing what he's got to do to survive. Just hold on to that. Don't allow that position for Tamai to score. Still
there's it, too. He stepped in the hole. He needs to crossface. He needs to get him off his leg, crossface him. 13 seconds left in the second period. Tamai needs to get his leg out.
I think he's got another cradle locked up. Short time here. Maybe see if he can
he's got a leg cradle. It looked like a leg cradle to me. I haven't seen one of those in a while.
Time ends here in the second period. 7-0 in favor of Tamai. It is Brawley's choice. He is choosing down for the third period.
A quasi bottom there. Cal State Fullerton.
Gans following, look for a return.
Tamai try to get up. Gans is holding on.
Still another.
It's 50-50 right now.
Another 50-50 position.
Tamai crowds him. Gans on.
Tamai, being the bottom wrestler, has got to be really careful with how he rolls. Any kind of exposure would get points for Gans.
There's no, I think it should be called a stalemate. There's no.
I don't know now.
Now there isn't. Now he needs to move his hips out, turn his hips on top with the crossface. There it is. There it is, and there's the 2. That is 2. Am I official? I think I'm going to go back to officiating.
Yeah. You officiated?
9-0, third period with less than a minute left. I did that before, you know. Before in 1991, 92, 93, I refereed in San Diego section.
I don't think you're allowed to ref matches that I'm coaching. 40 seconds here for Tamai. Again, another dominant position for him here on top of Gans, leading 9-0, looking to finish off this match and become a CIF champion.
Yeah, Tamai last year was not a champion. He was behind Evan Melez, who's coming up at 121. This
weird position here.
Yeah, he put himself in a bad position.
Potentially dangerous, going to stop that position. Just getting that arm, getting a little too far away from the body.
13 seconds. Yeah, that looked.
Too much pressure on the joint.
Yeah. Gans will be down. Tamai be on top. 9-0. Gans with a sit out. Tamai goes to the ankle breakdown. Going to crossface, looking for the crossface cradle. 3 seconds. 2, 1.
Anthony Tamai, junior, Brawley Union High School, is your CIF champion at 115 pounds.
From Brawley, Anthony.
Yes, sir. Tamai with a victory. I'm sure that feels good after he's been sick for about 2 weeks.
It's the best remedy is winning.
Yes, yes, yes. Now going mat number 1, we have David Martinez from Brawley.
He's taking on the Costa Canyon's Trey Blazevich.
Blazevich comes in here as the number 1 seed. Martinez is a number 2 seed. I think this year Brawley is, we thought we were going to have a rebuilding year this year.
How'd that work out for you?
Well, that worked out well. I mean, the kids really brought it today.
They did.
And we are young, so, and there are more youngsters in the room.
This matchup is yet to be seen so far this season, but they are up there in the top 5 at 220s for the county.
Yes, yes, they are. Martinez defends a shot from Blazevich. Martinez looking for underhooks. Brings down the headlock, front headlock position.
It's one of his favorite positions to try and score out of.
Yes, yes. Head to head. Collar ties, both of them. Looking to get position. 1:17 in the first period left. David came out late this year. I mean, he was injured and he came out from football a little bit late with a knee injury. He's been taking care of that all year. He started coming on strong here at Holtville. He placed first.
Snap down attempt again. Strong snap downs. Blazevich doing his job, hesitating, making Martinez move. Misdirection shot. Blazevich gets in. Martinez able to block
Just
out a
got to
little bit.
get that shoulder, got to get that elbow out.
No points.
Good defense by Martinez. Martinez go back into that collar tie. Both of them are looking to get a takedown this first period.
Less than 20 seconds coming up on the clock here. In the lateral position, chest to chest.
Martinez almost tried to dump Blazevic. Stepped across, but Blazevic aware and backed out.
Short time here.
3 seconds.
Time on the first period. Heading to the second period, no score. Choice goes to Martinez. Martinez will defer. Choice back to Blazevic, and he's going to choose down.
Yeah, Lacosta is pretty deadly with the legs on top. They turn a lot of people, pin a lot of people.
At the end of the day, though, heading into the finals, Lacosta Canyon was second in total pins with 25. Brawley with 30.
That's, you know, you win a tournament, you watch the NCAAs, any other tournament, you need to get those bonus points, and that's what Coach Smith from Brawley this year was always teaching is, hey, we got to get those bonus points. Those bonus points count. They add up to the scoring, team scoring, and here we are. The first 2 rounds.
About 30 seconds expired so far here in the second period. Martinez doing a really good job on top, kind of following and riding, looking to break down Blazevic.
Fought off a half Nelson. Martinez is working to break him down. He needs to stay behind. Blazevic has his head down, so maybe we catch him. Martinez with a 2-on-1. Blazevic still buried his head on the mat. I don't think coaches like that.
I don't think so either.
We got a breaking brawl. There it is, broken down flat. Martinez now going to go for a power half. Bringing in the wrist, Looking to turn him. Blazevic builds up again.
Another return attempt. Blazevic to his feet. Martinez is going to need to return here. Blazevic comes down and looks back.
Put a half on. You got to run that half. Run it over his head.
Got to stay heavy on his head.
Got to heavy on the head. 19 seconds. Heavy on the head, Martinez. There it is. 1. Get an ear call. There it is. Going to get a pin.
Looking for the fall. Short time here, though.
Two.
Blazevic able to roll out, get behind.
Got 2 near fall.
Only 2 near fall.
And
Blazevic gets that reversal, so it's going to be tied 2-2 heading into the third period. Martinez's choice. Martinez is choosing down.
he's got to get up quickly.
I thought he was down there for a 5 count.
Oh, they gave Blazevic 2 and 2 near fall. I didn't see that.
No, it's just 2-2. I just thought I thought Martinez was on top enough. Longer for.
Yeah, no, Blazevic just rolled up and get on top and never turned Martinez and never turned him.
No, but he got the reversal point.
That's it, but the official wants to give him 2 near fall.
He didn't. It's just 2-2.
Okay, here we go. I'm saying Lacosta Canyon is deadly with legs, where Martinez needs to get up. Martinez builds up. Push back, he's got to push back, he's got to pressure back. Blazevic is hanging on top with a 2-on-1 ride.
Brings Martinez down to his base again.
Blazevic with the ankle ride. Gonna ride him out, push him out. Gotta be a little bit quicker. 1:30 in the second period. For the most part today, we wrestled well. We lost our 54-pounder today. He had dislocated his elbow. I hope he came because he said, "Coach, do you need me there?" I said, "Yeah, come on back." That was caution. They didn't call
sit-out
it.
attempt. Gonna scramble up. David Martinez gonna come to his feet. No points yet. He's gonna push him out. He pulls him out.
Oh, he pulls him out. That is stalling.
That's not a technical violation.
That is. That's avoiding wrestling. That should be one. That's like fleeing the mat. I should have 1 point. Official must not know the rules. I would be asking questions.
I guess we gave the officials too much credit too quick. Martinez is posting out, coming up to his feet again.
He should be out.
And they gets the escape point.
He needs to stay low because Blazevich does shoot.
1 minute left. Martinez holding on to a 3-2 lead.
Gotta get that work inside that hand control. Gotta get inside. Gotta work. Gotta push. Get your head out of that shoulder. Okay. He needs to move his feet. They need to circle. They need to circle. Watch out for the shot. He will shoot from outside. Blazevich. He's done that pass. He tried to misdirection. Right now, your legs are feeling heavy, so
gotta move him.
Gotta move them.
Less than 30
your heart's
seconds
pumping
here.
and your lungs are probably maximum mode. What do you think a heart rate is right now?
210.
210 at least, huh?
At least.
At least. 16 seconds. David Martinez still.
Might be the shot now.
Blazevich comes in there.
7 seconds. 7 seconds to see what happens here. Block out. 4 seconds. 3. And your champion at 220 pounds, David Martinez.
David Martinez. Got two champions so far for Brawley High School.
David is a senior. 2 weekends ago, he won his very first tournament in his high school career. Now,
at Hopeville.
At Hopeville. He gets his second career tournament win at CIF as a senior. We'll see what happens for him at Masters.
Yeah, here's one of the matchups we've been looking for all night. The senior from La Costa,
Makai Ito, taking on Brawley's sophomore, Evan Velez.
Evan Velez, last year is a CIF champion. He's a sophomore. Ito comes in at second place last year. They weren't not happy. This should be fireworks.
Yep, looking forward to this one.
Both wrestling in 122 pounds. Ito with a slide by.
Into.
Nothing yet. Counter by Velez.
Another 50-50 position. A lot of wrestlers trying to get control here.
Yep. Velez trying to stretch out that leg. Going, there it is. There's a 2. I would call that.
No, nothing yet.
He's got to pick up that leg. He's got to pick up that leg. Come around behind.
Can't stay down there.
Can't stay down there. There's the 2.
A roll through. Velez still in control here. Looking to scramble in this position.
Goes on to the opposite ankle. See if he can do something with that. He's got that bottom leg cradle going. Let go of that. You got to give up that 2 instead of the 1. There you go. 2-2 going in with the leg right. Let's see what Evan does here.
Ito, like again, every single La Costa kid, they are given this bread and butter by Coach Dwayne Booth. And they execute it pretty well.
Yeah, they do. They're machines with it.
Good discipline. He's going to get a 2 count. That shoulder looks a little compromised. He gets his 2-count near fall. 22 seconds remaining here in the first period. Ito with a 4-2 lead.
Evans got to look to counter those legs. 4 seconds.
Choice goes to Ito.
Ito defers.
Velez going to take down.
Let's see if he can counter the legs. Been working on that most of 2 weeks now.
Wonder why.
Yeah, we knew this was coming. There should have been a caution there. There was a little bit more of a lean there.
Ito gets those legs in. Setups to legs to power half.
Yep.
Evan doing a good job rolling through. Head up.
Get out, get your one.
Head's gonna win here. Got to score somehow.
Going to get into a Splato.
There's the 2.
A lot of referees in the stands today.
I'm with them.
Yeah, I was too. But anyway, Evans riding a little bit too high right now. Hopefully Ito didn't spend all his wind because it looks a little bit slower right now. He's looking for a roll. He's looking for that roll.
Hooks that leg. A lot of rolls, man.
Yeah, only to roll himself out on the mat. No.
I'm gonna get dizzy.
Evan sitting on that cross. Good near fall.
It looks like back exposure to me.
Ito back on top with a reversal, 4-2. It looks like a figure 4 too.
He's on the calf, I think. You know, at least the secondary ref is following, watching. Really got to watch those shoulders. You know, looks like he's a little high. No?
A little high. There's Evan with a reversal. Evan's got to go underneath and start looking for his tilts. He's very good with tilts, but he wants to sit on top. 19 seconds, 6-6, and going in the second period here. Be heavy. 10 seconds. Be heavy.
Here comes another roll.
Yeah, no. No
points.
No
Evan
points.
doing a good job scooting by. No points. Period end. 6-6 in favor, or tie here. Goes to Lacosta's choice. Lacosta's going to choose down. What do you think? First move.
First move. Evans he's got to get a wrist. Evans got to get a wrist. He's got to be able to tilt this kid.
Ito's doing a great job making him stay on his toes.
Yeah.
He's creating a lot of movement, a lot of hip separation.
Evans on top, riding a little bit too high, I believe. He's got to stay behind. Can't be going over the arms. There you go. Now he got to look for a wrist. I would chop the other side.
About a minute 30 left here. Evan with a roll.
Ooh, nice. Almost got punched in a half. Go to your tilts, kid.
Evan's got that chicken wing. Looking to get that chicken.
1, 2. Oh!
Hey, it's all right. Evan's back on it. Chicken to drive.
He's got to drive it to the head. No, drive it to the head. 1. That official. (6-6), 53 seconds left. Ito's on bottom. Catch that arm, kid. Punch across. He did that too many times. Put himself.
No points.
No points yet. Crowding. Crowding. Evan with his own legs coming in. Power half. 15 seconds, still tied 6-6. Evan's been doing a good job here. I thought he had some near fall. There's 1, 2, near fall, 2, near fall. There it is.
There it is. He's gonna get it. Your champion at 122 pounds, Evan Velez.
Got the near fall at the end. Two-time CIF champion. That kid's got some heart. His dad over here elated.
Hey, kid's never missing practice, always there.
He might come in a little bit heavy sometimes.
But hey, he shows up to wrestle. Now let's transition over to the 197-pound weight class. We have from Montgomery High School, Esteban Gonzalez, and from Brawley Union High School is Robert Platt.
Robert comes in, #1 seed. He's ranked 6 at state this year. He has some good wins this year. Against a national champion, placed at the Doc Buchanan. He used to wizard down. He needs to wrestle. Esteban Gonzalez out of Montgomery. I don't know much about him, but he looks like he's wrestling Robert Platt pretty tough.
Ooh, just drag, slide by. Gets behind. Platt returns, but Gonzalez was ready with a standing Granby. So he scored his points.
Just got to get heavy. Got to get that arm. There you go.
Head lever. Straight into a roll here. Platt here working on top, about a minute left going in the first period. Gonzalez doing a good job building back up.
Gonzalez was on his base, doing a good job. Robert Platt on top. Getting that chicken wing in. Looks to run it.
Good
Runs it around the corner.
Getting back points.
Really tight there. Getting some near fall.
What do you get? At least a 4 count.
Oh, there's a half.
Potentially dangerous stoppage. We will reset, but Platt gets his 2 near fall. Little people in the stands a little unhappy with that stop there. But we reset. 30 seconds left in the first period. Platt with a leg in.
That's potentially dangerous.
Out of bounds. A little rough way to go out of bounds. The referees might be talking about that. And I think they're going to give him unsportsmanlike conduct on Platt. 1 point for Gonzalez. Brings that score to 3-1.
Yeah, they need to calm him down in the corner. You don't want to get to a point position where you're not wrestling next week.
Another roll turn attempt by Gonzalez. He's a little wild down there.
Well, that's what I think is bothering Robert right now, that Gonzalez is moving more on the bottom than anybody else that he's wrestled this year.
Very true.
At the end of the first period, 3-1, Robert Platt going into the second period.
Gonzalez going to take down. strong return there, breakdown by Platt, going right back to that chicken wing and looking for the half on that far side.
He's got that chicken wing. Now he needs to run it, because he always builds up to his base.
Again, over the top.
Over the top, referees.
No issues this time. Looks like he got his near fall.
There it is. Pretty tight. I don't know. Referee's out of position again.
And Platt gets the pin.
Robert Platt.
Winner of Black Ball, your champion at 197 from Brawley Union, Robert Platt.
Robert's a 3-time CIF champion. He came out his freshman year at 160 pounds, won that championship last year. He had revenge over that kid from St. Augustine. I forget his name.
Yeah, I couldn't remember his name right now.
But that kid, it was pretty tough.
Yeah, he beat Robert at Holtville, and then Robert beat him at CIF.
Yeah, and he got injured this year. In the ended his senior season, so that was a tough loss for St. Augustine.
I'm going to transition over to the 128-pound final here. We have from Brawley, senior Karim Alal against St. Augustine's Braden Steele.
Alal into a slow single, gets his 2 points.
Aggressive on that arm.
Oh yeah, no, this kid is no nonsense when it comes to wrestling here. He knows he's got to be physical on top.
Out of bounds, we're going to reset in the middle.
Speaking of St. Augustine, this is a Steele from St. Augustine, a teammate of that young man at 197 who didn't wrestle this year because he had a knee injury. I hope he's doing okay. Hope he moves on to the college level. He is a great athlete, so we'll see what happens there. I'll ask the coach later on.
Alal back on that chicken wing, got the far side wrist as well. Just moving, working, trying to get that turn.
Yeah, that's a good movement on top, flowing. Finally gets that turn. Steele counters it. Got no points off that turn.
Not too much movement back and forth here.
Alal gets the fingers, brings in that arm. Right in that arm. A tight waist. Watch that arm. Ooh, a little scary there. That came up a little bit too high. And by mistake, he didn't mean to, but that kid moved in the way where it got a little high. 27 seconds in the first period, 2-0 Karim Alal from Brawley. Steele from St. Augustine. Into a sit out.
Just good constant movement, stays on his feet. Does a good job following. Catching Steele with his head down, trying to work a half there. But 10 seconds left here in the second period. Looks like we might carry a 2-0 lead for Alal into that second period.
Time is up, but Alal was turned him. Karim Alal on top.
Choice goes to Karim. He's going to defer over to Steele. Steele from St. Augustine is going to choose neutral. Back on our feet.
Steele into a single leg. Oh, Karim, what a counter.
Scores a second takedown of the match. He's going to go into a cut. Both wrestlers back on their feet.
4-1. 4-1 Karim from Brawley.
Another slide by. Scores another takedown. Into that Merkel position here.
Yeah, be careful with that Merkel.
Taller wrestlers, it really doesn't favor you.
And going to get near fall. You got two
near fall off that. Good.
8-1.
Good 8-1 lead heading, or still here with about a minute left remaining in the second period.
Karim cuts him again. God runs into the center of the mat.
8-2. Still, you know, the shot attempt's got that elbow.
Yeah, he's got that elbow nice and tight. And in with a 2 takedown. Just stepped on over the back.
He's going to transition, use that arm and put that chicken wing back in. A little wrist ride.
Yeah, a little wrist ride.
Double trouble.
Comes to one side, Sir walks it over.
Double chicken wing
There
over
it
the
is.
top.
Steel on his back, fights off his back. And 3 near fall.
Still's got some fight in him here.
Ooh, watch that arm. Potentially dangerous.
We'll stop and reset, but heading into this fresh start, Alal's carrying a 13-2 lead here with 14 seconds remaining in the second period.
Steel comes up. Alal returns it back to the mat. Might get some near fall.
Might be exposure. Gets the full.
And he gets 3 near fall. Score 16-2.
Can we see the rare tech on an escape? It's not going to happen.
Nope. Kareem took top. Riding on top. Kareem, a senior this year.
It's a match away from the state tournament last year.
Oh,
I think
yeah.
he's hungry for getting that opportunity back this
He
year.
wants to return this year.
One more
1,
turn.
2,
Catches that shoulder.
3, 4.
Looking for the fall
5.
here. Plenty of time.
He's got a tech now, but let's see if he can finish the fall here.
See how this match is going to end.
Yep. And there it is.
Your champion at 128 pounds. Senior from Brawley, Kareem Alal.
Major decision by technical fall from Raleigh, Kareem Alal.
Great job, Kareem. Good job.
Is that 5 champions for Brawley?
Is it? I have no idea. I'm not counting.
5 champions so far.
Oh. Now, another matchup on mat number
Winner
1.
by forfeit.
Oh, no, I didn't know that was
From
even
Woodland
happening.
Hills, Ryder Dearborn.
Dearborn was going to face Peter Boychik from La Costa Canyon.
Boychuk's going to entry default, giving Dearborn CIF title.
Yeah, I saw Boychik in the match in the semifinals against Castro from Brawley.
Wrestling at 130.
He was favoring that right leg.
From Mount Carmel.
Again, this is, you know, kids want to win that CIF title, but in the grand scheme of things, this is a qualifying tournament. The job is to place here, advance to the next week. And Masters do the same thing.
Yes, it's a grind these 3 weeks. It's going to be a grind. You know, you got CIF today, you got the Masters, 2 days of Masters next weekend, and then 3 days. Nice attempt there.
So 134-pound final here from Mount Carmel is Ian Janetsky versus Brawley sophomore Diego Arias.
And Diego came out of his bracket by beating the number 1 seed from St. Augustine, Ackerman.
Diego's been wrestling a really good tournament today.
Yes, he has. He's been determined. He was sick also this week. But he's just starting to feel better.
Try to do that
Little dump.
dump attempt. Janetsky was able to
Go to a cradle.
block it down, and it's going to get behind the score that first points of the match and that takedown. Don't know too much about Janetsky and the Mount Carmel guys. Always tough, but we usually don't see him throughout the year.
Yeah, well, Janetsky's been there, I think, 2 or 3 years. I've seen this kid, and he's gotten very good. I mean, from when I first saw him, he was tougher. He's still a tough wrestler, but he's gotten a lot more skilled now.
Good. Good to see those kids stay in the room, develop, and, you know, put themselves on these stages.
Yes, yes, Gale, Miller, and
Crew.
Crew.
Janetsky looking to turn with that half. He's got the half and the wrist. Arias able to clear, but he needs to start. We're trying to work up to his base. Janetsky doing a great job of the crab ride, just keeping that pressure down on him. With about 3 seconds remaining here, we are going to head to the second period. Janetsky with a 2-0 lead.
Green's choice. And he defers to Mont Carmel. Carmel takes neutral. Let's see if Mr. Arias can take him down. Diego's a real light 134. I think the tips the scale at 131.
Back in that front hand lock position where he was again, got that elbow. Janetsky's been working this really well.
Yeah, coached very well. Out to the chin and the elbow, pulling it apart. Arias comes up.
Gotta have an angle on his takedowns. Not come straight in with us.
There's another attempt straight on again. She covers, he comes around behind for 2.
Janetsky taking advantage of a bad shot there, going behind.
I think that's an experience on the Arias, you know. He's finally into an important CIF match. Janetsky in the half, he's got a half, he's turning Arias, getting near fall. Got his near fall. Arias fighting off his back. But there's the fall.
Ian Janetsky at Mount Carmel High School is your champion at 134-pound weight class.
Yeah, I see Mont Carmel, you know, Jerry Abbas is there. I'm pretty sure that's one of the strong points of the coaching staff. Now moving over to the mat number 1.
Wrestling at 172 from La Costa Canyon.
172-pound finals. We have another highly anticipated La Costa Canyon versus Brawley matchup. We have Bray Sepulveda from La Costa Canyon taking on Brawley Union High School's Matthew Gutierrez.
Yeah, they're no strangers to each other. And last year, Matt went to the state championship, and Sepulveda was his opponent in the 3rd and 4th match.
If I'm not mistaken, Sepulveda got the best of Gutierrez at CIF.
Yes, that's affirmative. That he got the best out of Matt. And Matt came back the following week.
Sepulveda quickly in on that shot. That looked like a little fireman's carry.
Yes.
Really aggressive. Gutierrez did a good job of blocking out.
He's got a great fireman's carry. He steps back and he slides in for a high crotch and he dumps you. There it is again. Countered by Gutierrez. Outside leg pickup. Gutierrez. There it is. He's got a turn.
2 points. Sepulveda and
the legs come in.
The legs come in.
2-0 is the score. Sepulveda from LCC. Gutierrez on bottom. I think Gutierrez got the legs out. Yep, and Sepulveda's trying to put him back in.
Go to that power half position to get Gutierrez to open his hips back up, and there goes the legs.
Yep. But they do a good job of setting that up.
They really do. Staying strong here. Gutierrez is fighting off the top attack by Sepulveda pretty well here. About 45 seconds left here in the first period.
2-0. Sepulveda looking for the half, turning the half. You're getting the near fall count. Oh, he only got one.
Just one on the roll
Just
through.
one on the roll through. Referee's pointing out something.
Mouthpiece out again.
Oh. 15 seconds. Bray Zapata riding tough on top. Gutierrez trying to survive the leg rides here.
It's going to be time in the first period. Sepulveda is going to carry a 2-0 lead heading into the second period. Sepulveda choice is going to defer and go to Brawley. Gutierrez is going to take neutral. He's got to get a takedown.
Yep, it comes down to takedowns, you know. That's the majority of the rules, you know. If you're a wrestler, you got to have a good takedown. Takedown wins tournaments, it wins championships. You got to be able to take people down. You got to be able to attack.
Sepulveda has been the aggressor here in the match so far.
That's a counter wrestler. He figures you out after a while, then he comes back to score. Looking for a drag attempt, nothing there. 2-0, still the score, second period.
This was Gutierrez's choice, so he needs to score some points.
He's into a leg.
I don't know, head crotch up on the edge of the mat.
And gets two, takedown. Nice shot. I've never seen him that's so quick. Gutierrez is riding a 2-on-1 wrist on top. Sepulveda in the ball position. He doesn't want to open up his bottom game. He's holding his wrist. 30 seconds left in the second period. 2-2 going in on top of the second period. Matthew Gutierrez on top, looking to pull out the bar. Goes to a cradle. Still stays behind. They're playing on the edge. He's got to pick him up. He's got to take him out.
Gonna get a fresh restart here. About 7 seconds left here in the second period. Tied up, 2-2.
There's discussion with the referee.
I don't know if you can argue that.
It's a judgment call.
That's arguing a judgment call. It should be.
There's a warning.
Oh, there you go.
A warning on the coach.
7 seconds, expect a lot of movement here. Sepulveda up to his base. Quick sit. Gutierrez follows.
And returns him.
Good ride out here by Gutierrez to end the second period. Third period, Sepulveda's choice.
Sepulveda takes down. He wasn't too sure, looking at his coach. A cradle attempt by Gutierrez out to start the third period. Pulls it back. No points. Try to expose his back to the mat. Gutierrez puts the legs in on the top side.
This starting position is gonna favor Sepulveda. If he can score that point and make a difference, Gutierrez is gonna do a really good job of riding and hopefully find a turn.
He's got a cradle locked up. I don't know how deep it is. Nope, and he releases it. 2-2 going in the third period here. Come up to a minute less, and there's the leg coming in. Gutierrez working on top. So Sepulveda laying flat and builds back up.
One minute left in the third period, still tied, 2-2.
2-1.
Matt with that half. Sepulveda gonna turn in, elevate that leg. Gotta wrestle smart here.
All right, got his one. It's up 3-2. Sepulveda in the lead. Mouthpiece came back out. Now going 39 seconds. We go looking for a takedown here.
That's what it's going to come down to. Can Gutierrez get in? Sepulveda doesn't have to really engage. No stalling calls yet in the match.
Good wrestling, both of them. It's a tough weight class. These two guys are battling it out. 18 seconds. Gutierrez has got to look for a shot.
Oh, in. He's in. He's in. Two
takedown.
Get the near fall. He's going to get it.
He got two at the final seconds. The score ends up 4-3.
Wow.
So I tell you, it's got to be aggressive. You got to go after. Takedowns win championships, and there it was. His dad's ecstatic. He's right next to us.
That's how you do it. Tough match, close match. Got to have everything. Push that action. That last 20 seconds. Got him moving. Got in on a shot. Finished it.
Kept driving. That's a good finish.
We're moving over to the 140-pound finals. We have Emery Holland of Mount Carmel against Caleb Ramirez from Brawley Union High School. Holland is the 1 seed. Ramirez was the 3 seed, had a pretty big upset win in the semis over the 2 seed to make it here to the finals.
Yes, that was a great finish by Ramirez. Wrestled very thoughtfully in that match. Ramirez, a junior. Last year he finished 6th at Division III last year at 140 pounds.
I think he was wrestling up last year.
Yes, he was very light. I think he was 132 pounds.
Hey, man, stayed in the room. He's back out here. Now he's in the finals.
Yep.
Good to see. But, you know, he's got a tough task in front of him in Holland. Holland came in as the 1 seed and did his job, you know, mowed his way through his competition, and he's here in the finals looking for a CIF title from Mount Carmel High School.
Holland, the aggressor. Cable's getting his wrist tied up. Good sprawl. Holland in on a shot. He's got the leg. Relay elevates it into an Iranian. Comes out the back door with a 2 takedown. Goes immediately to a leg and a cradle. And there's the cradle. And a fall. Mount Carmel. Emery Holland, the champion.
From Mount Carmel, Emery Holland.
Holland's going to take home a CIF title for Mount Carmel High School. Quick one there.
That was quick.
Wrestling at 162 from Santana, Isaiah Lloyd. And from La Costa Canyon, Joe Anthony Perez.
Heading into the 147-pound final. Oh no, my mistake. We are heading into the 162-pound final, which features from La Costa Canyon, Joe Anthony Perez versus Santana's Isaiah Lloyd.
Perez ranked at state this year. I think he's number 11 in state.
Quick takedown.
Yes, he's very, very good with the legs. Also, the takedowns, he's been more aggressive this year when I've seen him. And there's the legs. He's going to get some near fall. He's very tough on top with that. He just cranks that over. There we go. This is going to be getting his near fall, securing it.
Lloyd doing a good job moving out, but Perez, the veteran wrestler he is, just keeps following, keeping Lloyd on his back.
Finally came out to a front, a headlock position on top.
About a minute left here in the period. He's got all the time in the world.
Yeah, and there's the foul.
There's the fall. Your champion at 162 pounds is Joe Anthony Perez of La Costa Canyon.
Joe Anthony Perez.
Yeah, we're looking at this year. Sawyer Smith has done a good job with the team this year. Along with Arthur Carmona, who came back.
Alexander Lynn. And from West Hill, Tyler Davis.
Last year it was just Sawyer and I. This year we got Ryan back coaching this year. We brought Preston Brewer back in, so we've got a good staff. Hopefully next year we have JT back.
Yeah, 9 finalists, 7 champions. Not bad.
And a real good night for Brawley.
Heading into the 147-pound final here, we have Tyler Davis out of West Hills High School going up against Alexander Lynn of University City High School.
Lynn is the 1 seed.
No, Davis is the 1 seed. Lynn is the 2 seed.
Oh, that's correct. You're right.
So this bracket worked out as it was supposed to. 1-2 here in the finals. Davis in the takedown attempt, driving out of bounds here. Going to restart and in the middle. Lynn with a little takedown attempt, a little reach. No points here yet in the first period.
Risk control by Davis. Tries to get into a fireman's. Stopped by Lynn. Lynn comes around behind. You don't do that. Lift his elbow behind, and Davis pulled him over for a takedown.
Scoreboard says 2-1. I'm not sure why. I think it should be 2-0.
Yeah, that was the first takedown. Yeah,
Davis.
exactly.
And there's the escape.
There's
point.
the escape.
Davis in with a dive shot, looking to score here. Lane blocks out, front headlock position, goes behind, returns, gets his 2.
And comes right inside with the legs. Double leg ride.
I think the score should be 3-2 in favor of Lynn, who's working on top. Got both legs in, working for a turn here.
Yes, there to go. The assistant referee just fixed that. Lynn on top, riding legs.
3-2 in favor of Lynn. About coming up on 5 seconds left here in the first period. They put the 1 back up there.
They did, didn't they?
Maybe there was an illegal point we didn't see, but we will head into the second period.
No, they're going to stop the match in a second. They're going to change the score.
Lynn is going.
Starting the second period.
I had a little conference about it.
Yeah, they're going over to the score table. They changed it already.
Okay. We were right. We got it.
The assistant just assist the head referee out there. The head referee needs to make the changes at the table.
Nevertheless, we head into the second period, 3-2 in favor of Lynn. Davis's choice is going to choose bottom. Roll through by Davis, trying to create a little bit of a scramble here. Lynn following on top. He's going to keep that leg right in, anchoring himself with that power half position, but it's not a safe position.
Lynn's going to get near fall.
He's working for it. It's still a little high.
Nope, it's still 90.
Lynn's looking to adjust. If he adjusts,
there it is.
That might be it. Got the 2 count, got 2 swipes. You know, that's the second time I've watched Davis wrestle today, and he is really dangerous. When you turn him to his back, he's got a way of just moving and creating reversals. as he scores this reversal. Lim will get his 2 near fall, but Davis gets his reversal 5-4 in favor of Lim, but Davis is now working on top.
Looking to put Lynn on his back for some deer fall. Lynn fights back to his stomach.
45 seconds remaining here in the second period.
5-4. Davis trying to get a power half going. Now he's trying to ski out. And then trying to fight that bottom foot, put himself on his bad position as Davis extends him. 5-4, 10 seconds left in the second period.
Davis is gonna have that half. Let's get the angle. Let's go to the
He's
legs.
got a near fall, 2. And time.
You get all 5?
He got all 5, no.
He got 4. He got a 4 count. Only 2 points awarded. So with that turn, Davis takes a 6-5 lead heading into the third and final period. Lynn's choice. Lynn's gonna take neutral. No, he wants no part of the legs right now.
Yep, no, he wants a takedown. Here we come back to that. Takedowns win championships, right?
Takedowns win.
Davis in for a low single attempt. Picks up the single leg. Lynn's fighting out for the wizard.
Big takedown there for Davis.
Davis in the takedown, 8-5.
Extends his lead. Little roll attempt again. Davis covers, follows, stays on top, stays with both legs in, still working here, dominant position.
Looking to work a power half, Lynn. And a stalemate.
Lynn.
8-7. Lynn came on top for a reversal with 45 seconds. Look to extend him. Nope.
He's got to turn him. 40 seconds left, down by 1. Lynn's got to either decide he can turn him or he's got to cut him.
Davis is covering up on the bottom. Looking for the power half. Lynn's trying to extend him. And called the stalemate.
22 seconds left on the clock. And he's going to give him his cut.
He's going to cut him. 9-7 now is the score with 22 seconds. They put the run.
Stalling. Lim drives him to the edge of the mat. Davis can get him with the stalling. 16 seconds left. Lim needs a takedown to stay in this match.
Davis is putting his hands out, trying to stop the match, tries to attempt a headlock, misses, and Davis comes on top.
There it is. That seals the deal. Your CIF champion, 147 pounds, Tyler Davis out of West Hills High School.
And they're both exhausted.
Good match.
That was a real good match. Davis wrestled well today.
Winner.
Now we head into our final of the match, of the night. We have a 154-pound final. Out of Montgomery High School is Jose Aspericueta taking on La Costa Canyon's Robert Mayer.
Robert Mayer, he came into the tournament as like a 6th seed.
Across the canyon, Robert Mayer. And from Montgomery, Jose,
Back here.
Both men here working on our feet in that little headlock position.
You know, I asked Booth about this kid. I said, Booth, this kid's got a good record. He doesn't have a record, but, you know, he's got some placings. You don't want to seat him higher? He goes, no. I said, okay.
Looks like he did what he needed to do.
Yeah.
Mayer gets that first takedown, scores that first takedown of the match.
But he did say that Mayer was really tough. And I'm like, all your kids are tough. What do you mean?
Yeah. Espiricueta up to his feet.
Trying to reach back to get the leg.
Should be focused on probably just getting out, getting away, scoring his point.
Well, Mayer gets on top, gets the leg in.
Mayer jumps on that free hand, puts that half in. It's going to get that turn angle. Espiricueta reaching up and trying to pull underneath. That's just tough to do.
Could extend it. You can't bring that head down. 2-0 in the first period with the referee called stalemate. Mayer jumps on top, call it potentially dangerous.
You were talking about the coaching staff at Brawley a little earlier. Is that because you have something to mention?
Well, you know, I've been at this for over 30 years. There's a roll attempt by Espiricueta.
Another one.
Another one. He puts himself on his back. Mayer catches him. He's getting near fall.
Gets his 2 count.
And 2 near fall.
Espiricueta throwing the high hips over.
Oh, and he gets over. And he gets a reversal.
It's going to be 4-2 in favor of Mayer heading into the second period. 30 years?
I've been coaching since 1990, so with Coach Smith. So
when did you take over the program as head coach?
In 2001, when Keith retired. So I've been there since then, and it's been a pretty good ride, you know. I'm retiring from my work this year in June, and it's time for the younger guys to start taking him. You know, Sawyer's been with me for a while now, about at least 4 or 5 years. You've been with me for a while. And oh, Mayer comes over on the flip and puts him on his back.
Mayer's talking to the referee.
Yes, I
saying
think
he's pinned.
Yeah, the referee might not like that. There you go.
There he goes. He stops the match.
Yep. Hit 2 near fall. And
there is a rule. We're not supposed to talk to the referee?
Yeah, not to show him off. He's the referee. I make the calls. You just wrestle, he tells him.
So they'll explain
and Booth
that.
doesn't like that. Booth wants to go talk to him. Wait.
Mayer's a little frustrated.
Yeah, he is.
So they'll have a close conference. But as you were saying, it's been a long ride, you know. So I guess you're officially, after the season's over, going to step down as head coach of the Brawley Union High Wrestling program.
Yes, exactly. I'm going to step down. I've been coaching the lower level, get them ready for their high at the varsity level, and I'm having fun. I'm also coaching the junior program as well. So
the Brawley Gladiators. Ooh, looks like an injury time.
Yeah, Mayer Espiricueta tried to do a roll through, and Mayer was on top and went right to his face. So Mayer is holding his neck. I hope he's going to be okay. We need a trainer out there. Oh, Ethan is there. Ethan Ming. He's done a fabulous job today. I think we had like I don't know how many injuries this tournament.
A little too many.
A little too many,
of these kids getting hurt. But you're right, Ethan. He wrestled at Hopeville. He was a CIF champion, I believe, for Hopeville High School. And it's good to see he's still giving back to his community. He teaches at Hopeville High School and has been our athletic trainer for the local tournaments we have had here. So we're lucky to have him.
Mayor's back up on his feet. I think we're going to go through concussion protocols here, so it's going to be a little bit before he gets back on the mat.
Okay. Well, then we can talk about it.
Yeah. So anyway, just I've been thinking a lot about it. Sawyer's done a great job with the kids. I try to stay away most of the time, and so he can, have a bonding with them.
Yep.
The kids always come looking for me sometimes. I say, hey, go talk to your coach. He's over there. And so,
Which I think comes natural with that kind of transition.
Yeah, so it's been a long time, I'm glad that I finally found somebody who's going to be teaching. He's teaching at the school now. The kids are starting to understand him, what he brings to the program. He wrestled for Brawley High School. He wrestled for me. He's CIF champion. So it's been great going through concussion protocols as we were talking about.
Yeah.
But I think, sometimes they should take that behind the doors, because
I think sometimes they do and sometimes they don't. There should be an area for it, I think, assigned before the tournament. But, it's important that they have these kind of things with the issues that we have been having in sports with head trauma.
Yeah.
But
so anyway, I was talking to Sawyer on the way up to San Diego. I said, are you ready? He goes, what, ready for what? I said, are you ready to take over from the helm? And he goes, yes. I said, okay. He goes, but don't leave me, he told me. I said, don't worry, Sawyer, I'll be around. It's just I need to get through the paperwork stuff, I said, well, once you learn that, you're going to be fine, but you got to have a good assistant, I said, and I'll be there, and Ryan will be there, and you got to use Ryan more because he's a little bit more capable of
what's good.
with computers.
He's got the support system with him, and I think we'll be good. But just reflecting back on your time as head coach, what are you going to miss the most? I know you'll be around the program, but I guess what are you going to take with you?
Oh, a lot of great memories. A lot of great memories. The kids have wrestled for Brawley High School that I've coached, I always tell the kids, they are the machine. They are the ones who make their CIF dreams. Mayor's back on top with the legs in.
Well, I had that double pleasure of having you as a father and as a coach and colleague, and what you've been able to do with these kids has been nothing short of great over these past 30-odd years.
And Escueta's climbing the arm. He's reaching over.
Still Wiley on the bottom. He's been looking for counters this whole match.
Yes, and he's putting himself on his back. There's it.
He's going to put the shoulders still up on that side.
Yes.
He's fighting, but Mayer is kind of out of position.
Oh, and he comes out of it with a reversal.
But not before Mayer scores his 3 points from near fall.
9-5 with 17 seconds in the second period in favor of Mir. You had a lot of great memories, like I said, those championships. And the kids are the ones that really are the driving force of these championships. I'm just a guy that gets to ride along and steer the wheel and motivate them. And I still have kids that I see every once in a while, and they come over and they talk about, hey, coach, remember? Hey, coach, remember that? Hey, thank you so much. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be able to do what I'm doing now. And I said, you know what? That's great to hear. But I tell them, you need to give back to this program, because this program made you who you are. And not me, it's this program. It's about the program here at the high school.
Exactly. Heading into the third period here, Escueta is on bottom. Mayer is riding on top carrying that 4-point lead, 9-5 here in the third period, but I think he's going to stay on his toes because Espiricueta's been doing nothing but rolling and moving this whole match.
Yeah, he rolled over. He landed on top. It's a good thing they were out of bounds.
Sit out into a little roll. Gets Mayer on his hip.
No action here. Everybody's he's holding still. Mayer just trying to hold on top. He says, I'm not going to move. This guy's going to put me on my back. Mayer trying to get some near fall. And Escueta comes back on his base. I'd like to thank VSN and the sponsors for coming out, and so we can do this for the people out there live. You know, I'm glad that they're doing this.
Stalemate call here. We're gonna refresh and start in the middle. Oh, we got blood time.
Blood time. Man, this match has gone on forever.
It's okay. We get to talk about you in the meantime. But was it an easy decision at this point, or?
No, it wasn't easy. It just I had to not to fight it. You know, I was more like it needs to get done. Mm-hmm. It needs to get done because, you know, I have a guy here who's on campus. He's, you know, he's a teacher. He's starting to care about more of the kids, you know, and
building those relationships.
So it's time, you know. I said, you know, I can't be around. I can, but I don't want to be in that place where they come to me. I say, hey, go to your coach. Start the period over again. 56 seconds left. Mayer still on top, legs in, and Escueta's trying to roll.
Mayer doing a good job, staying on top, skiing out, looking to get more back points here.
Getting near fall. Yes, wrestling has changed a lot of kids' lives. You're exactly right, Mr. Gonzalez. And it's something, you know, that you want to make sure that their changes their life for the better. And that's what we try to teach here. Wrestling's like life, you know, it's difficult. If it was easy, Coach Smith would say, everybody would do it.
That's right.
And Escueta tries to come back. One last attempt, puts himself on his back, and there's the foul. Mayer, CIF champion.
Winner by goal.
Robert Mayer, La Costa Canyon, your champion, 154 pounds. That will do it for the finals. We are going to take a quick break here. We'll come back with an interview.
Whether you're looking to purchase or sell, your next home awaits. Give the Dom team a call. With over 50 years of experience and over 100 years in the Imperial Valley, Andy and Doug can help you find the right home at the right price fast. Visit us online at www.thedomteam.com and let Andrew and Doug find the perfect home for you. Call today, 760-337-8600.
We just moved, so there's millions of...
Valley is in bloom, over 9 acres. When we started, we grew a quarter of an acre.
Now I'm taking on new products on the regular.
We always dreamed of having this property, so...
I want to make my yard look as beautiful as...
Largemouth bass?
Yep.
We've got tons of them, don't we, buddy?
There are millions of ways to make the most of your land. How will you make the most of yours?
Visit us online at rdoequipment.com or contact your local RDO for in-stock availability.
Cada día, el Distrito de Irrigación de Imperial, su entidad pública, ha proporcionado servicio de energía confiable y económico a sus clientes en los valles de Imperial y Coachella. Comparado con otros proveedores de energía, los clientes residenciales, comerciales y gubernamentales del IID ahorran hasta un 50% en sus facturas. Es porque el IID está comprometido a más que solo proporcionar energía. El IID está comprometido con usted. IID, donde los clientes siempre son primero.
At Burgers and Beer, our customers are like family. Let's hear what a few of them have to say about us.
We're here at Burgers and Beer with the best burgers in town.
We get to sit together and enjoy the great food.
I like from Burgers and Beer is in the lemonade.
For the fresh iced tea, whether it's breakfast, lunch, or dinner.
It was wonderful, very fast, very efficient.
I love the great food and family environment.
I love the burgers and the customer service.
So come and see us and find out for yourself at Burgers and Beer.
Day in and day out, your publicly owned Imperial Irrigation District proudly delivers low-cost, reliable energy service to its customers in the Imperial and Coachella Valleys. When compared to other power providers, IID's residential, commercial, and governmental customers all save up to 50% on their monthly energy bills. That's because IID is committed to more than just delivering power. IID is committed to you. IID, where customers always come first.
Reducir el uso de energía durante el verano es más importante que nunca. Este verano, IID le anima a hacer su parte al ajustar su termostato a 78 grados o más, evitar usar electrodomésticos principales de 4 a 9 p.m. y apagar luces innecesarias. Pero aún hay más. IID ofrece un número de oportunidades de ahorro de energía. Conozca nuestros consejos de ahorro de energía en iid.com. Trabajemos juntos para estar frescos y para ahorrar energía este verano.
Reducing energy use during the summer is more important than ever. This summer, IID encourages you to do your part by setting your thermostat to 78 degrees or higher, avoiding the use of large appliances between 4 and 9 p.m., and turning off all unnecessary lighting. But there's more. IID provides a number of summer energy-saving opportunities to help you make the most of your energy savings efforts. Check out our tips and energy saving guides at IID.com. Let's work together to stay cool and save energy this summer.
Hi, this is Ryan Leon with VSN. I'm interviewing Brawley Union High School wrestling coach Sawyer Smith. Sawyer, Brawley's able to take another CIF title as a team. Final score was 303 points to 250 at La Costa Canyon. First off, what was the message to the kids coming into today?
Don't quit fighting. Bonus points, and they're never out of it. Whether it's 14-0 or you're up 14-0, if there's time on the clock, you wrestle.
And for the most part, you know, the team showed up today. A lot of close matches, but that semis round, I think we were able to push through a lot of kids into the finals. I think that made the difference. What did you see from the kids today on the mat?
Fight and heart, and I think that's something that this community just breeds. That's the difference maker between the good teams and the great teams. I think Brawley has that.
It's always good to see that you know, Brawley succeed here, especially in their hometown. What's it like to, you know, do this in front of the home fans?
It's great. I mean, this is a tightly knit community, and it's good to see the kids shine in front of their hometown. You know, every weekend we're up 2, 3, you know, sometimes 5 or 6 hours away, not home, not sleeping in our own beds, from sleep in their own beds and bring home a championship. I wish we could do this at some point in the season every year, you know, at some point, but it's something that these kids and the crowd's not going to forget, you know, and that's what matters.
That's great. So what's next? We got Masters next weekend. What's the message heading into next weekend?
Keep fighting, get bonus points, and punch your tickets. You know, at the end of this season, I tell kids it's just about fighting and gritting, and who wants it more? You know, they're running on a lot of want. It's a long season. Lots of people are hurt, sick. It's really, you have a lot of good wrestlers that they don't quite make that push to state, and a lot of it has to come from here. Yeah, I think our kids have that, and I'm hoping to punch some tickets next weekend.
All right, Coach. Good job. For VSN, this is Ryan Leon signing out from the CIF Championships at Brawley Union High School.